Dzień dobry moi drodzy, z tej strony Max, a dzisiaj witam was w kolejnym odcinku z Genshina. Pomyślałam sobie, że zamiast dalej kontynuować questy z Childem i tak dalej, zabiorę się za Chasm, gdyż zorientowałem się, że w sumie tych questów z Liła nie jest aż tak dużo, mianowicie 6 mi jeszcze zostało, a no do tego jeszcze wliczam wiadomo, że Chasm i jeszcze New Veil, więc no przydałoby się za to w końcu zabrać, a teraz stwierdziłem, że w sumie zacznę sobie po kolei, czyli polecę tak od góry, no po podziemie i zacznę najpierw od tych kamieni przeklętych. Have you found the archaic stones? Here they are. Dobra, masz i spadaj, już nie każę więcej łazić po jakieś kamienie. These are indeed archaic stones. You will have my thanks. I was right to come to you. I bet it would have taken longer if it had been the Adventurers Guild. Who knows? Perhaps the Adventurers Guild might even send us the commission. That's quite likely. Adventurers, I used to be envious of them, the way they ventured into high mountains and deep dungeons. There seemed to be nowhere they dared not go. I'm quite the opposite though. I've been working here for years, but haven't once visited Cinnabar Cliff on very top of the chasm. What? You haven't been there even once? Well, Cinnabar Cliff is one of those famous tourist spots that locals seldom go to. Maybe it's close that I always think that I can visit it later when I've got time, but well, I've never got time. Then why don't we go now? It's important to act spontaneously. O Jezu, nie wydaje mi się szczerze. I think I will pass. I'm still in the middle of something. What's more, such errand running is best left to adventurers. Dangerous places are their bread and butter after all. I'd probably get injured if I did the same, and that's something I'd like to avoid. Makes sense. Getting injured could be a big deal. If I'm injured, Noah's gonna supervise the exploration team down there and ensure their safety from the miners. Should anything happen, it will escalate into a grievous matter. That's what you're worried about. Paimon thought you were just scared of getting injured. The formidably high cliffs near the chasm, the bottomless caves, and the ancient battlefield left behind by Rex Lapis are all full of danger. I don't have the slightest interest in venturing into those places. Zrozumiałe w sumie. Hear the words for this free archaic stone. Washan Hall wants quite a lot of them, so bring me more if you can find any. Of course, there will be robbers for those two. Just remember to come to me once you find more arca. You can count on us. Zajmę się później tymi kamieniami. Dobra, wezmę teraz ten quest, co mi się przypadkowo załączył. You're here, wonderful, and you would be willing to help out. The treasure hoarder smugglers should be undertaking the transaction with the Fatui in the large encampment in the east. They have also set up 3 small camps along the way. According to the information provided by the contact, these are the cooking quarters to the southwest, the weapon stash further east, and the northwest alchemy camp. If we're able to take these 3 camps by surprise, we should be able to cut off their supply line. Thanks to the previous incident with the Giant Chamber, we've had few patrols in this area, so they've had their fun so far, so much that they've slackened their guards significantly. This is our chance to strike. It's just that our misunderstanding area has left us with only enough support to secure 1 encampment, but if you need to, we'll assist almost the same. Czy to ma jakieś znaczenie? Znaczy, wejdźcie na te bronie, nie? Sure, they will find themselves this arm soon enough, mark my words. No dobrze, ready, let's go. Dobrze. Czyli co? Aha, muszę jeszcze dalej iść. No dobrze, już tu widzę, że ktoś mnie zauważył. Aha, już widzę, że się zebrali. Iwano, Jezu. Jezu, ile ich jeszcze jest?
You got. Crush. Job.
Flood of frost. One with the forest. I hear everything.
A to jakaś baba. Kurde, ja myślę, że ten chłop to generalnie stał za tym wszystkim. Bawią mnie dosłownie te napisy pod tymi ich nazwami. A flower can still be a real man. That was amazing. Thanks for your aid. Right, here's your reward. Whoa, Moray, when did you change your clothes? When you start fighting? Well, I mean, that's not important, but we had to change our uniforms. At least you ended up sending us flying again in the heat of battle. The Millelith thanks you for your aid as always. And per our contract, feel free to look around and see if there is anything that you need. Well, other than the things that we've inputted, of course. Congratulations on the job well done. Well done. Well, it was thanks to you that things went quite so well. Of course you were assisting the Millelith. I mean, you were apprehending smugglers with the aid of the Millelith. How could we ever put you in prison? What I mean to say is, as long as you don't take illegal shortcuts like these bandits, we won't come knocking at your door. That's not the kind people of you are. True. Back on the topic, people like you who can use the elements really are the force to be reckoned with, regardless of whether you mean to do good or ill. A mission that we would have needed weeks, even months, to accomplish was but child's play to you. If turned to evil, such abilities could produce outsized damage, at least a very small price. That's why I don't really root the fact that I have a vision. I have seen people who dedicated their lives to seek superhuman powers only to become tools and puppets for the others to use as they please. Do you think that was worth it? To jest jakiś... A Jezu, zapomniałam jak to słowo się teraz nazywa. Jakieś takie subtelne przypowiadanie, co będzie dalej? Nie pamiętam, nie przypomnę sobie teraz. Those without vision-based powers make up the vast majority of humans, and those who can truly understand and protect them are similarly ordinary folk. As an ordinary person, I am proud to be among those who can protect the many. Even if someday visions case to be given out, and even the adepti who defend Liyue Harbor were to pass away, I would not abandon this post of mine. I'm sorry I spoke too much. I didn't take up too much of your time, did I? Alright, we've got checks to do and Cronbad to mark out, so I guess we will cut the chit-chat short here. Once again, I'd like to thank you on behalf of our commanders. May the rest of your journey be smooth sailing, while the Millelith stands guard, evil shall never prevail. Ciekawe powiedzenie. Ja tego questa chyba też jako tako pamiętam. Czy to będzie to, że trzeba będzie wchodzić w jakieś strasznie wysokie miejsca? Dobra, co ty ode mnie chcesz? Oh great, Millelith heroes, please see to it that the chasm does not act these few days. And may we be safe and sound as we descend into the mines this time, and may those comrades of yours who no longer come to mine also fare well in their respective plans. Protect us, brave Millelith, protect us. What is this? Can I help you? What is this thing? Well, I'm praying at the Millelith Memorial. I mean, it looks like a pile of unsummoned rocks, but it's actually been here for 500 years now. Mój Boże. The chasm is under the protection of the Millelith, so every time we have people descend into the mines, we will pray here for the heroic souls of those who passed to protect us. They have long since turned into elements and become one with the mind, so when we pray for their protection, we're also showing our reverence to the chasm itself, you know? The ancients said that the earth has spirit and the elements have souls, those who sacrificed their lives so that we might live watch over us in similar fashion, so I believe 500 years ago? And that's right, back then other calamities swallowed the chasm and Rex Lapis commanded the Millelith to stand guard over the ore veins. That was a terrible battle led by Yaksha. The Millelith came forth to stem the tide. Czy to nie było wtedy, kiedy Kenra został zniszczona? In the end, a group of them led the foe into the depths of the chasm and thus quelled unrest. It is said that this memorial was set up for them. Paimon didn't think that this ugly stone should have such history, Paimon! Don't disrespect the fallen little one. Don't worry, this little one won't bite. Who's a little one? Whatever the case, this is a pretty familiar story to anyone who grew up around the chasm as we did. There are many versions of the tale too, which sprang over the time. If you were to talk to someone else, they might tell you a different story. Maybe this is the charm of history, not that I'm particularly uncultured mind, but I'm just saying, you know. And yeah, speaking of which, there's always been a rumor going around. It says that these stones hide another secret that might lead a discerning person to treasure that the Millelith left behind. Treasure that they left behind? Could you give us some details? Let's just say that Paimon's interest has been piqued. It's just a rumor, but even that go to the Will member who created this memorial in the first place. So this was the work of Millilith soldier? Indeed, both the Millilith and the miners at the chasm set memorials up back then. The battle ended, but many of their comrades now rest eternally in the depths of the chasm together with the nameless Yaksha. Chyba coś kojarzę o tym Yakszu. Czy to przypadkiem nie było w tym questie z Chasmem i to Kuki i tak dalej? Z Yelan. One of the soldiers fell from a great height while helping to evacuate the miners and beat back the enemy, injuring his spine and becoming unable to move on his own power as a result. But later it is said that he was not daunted by his circumstances, instead becoming a self-taught and much famed doctor who would help those in the same situation as himself. It is said that this memorial was something he set up to remember his comrades by ever he had obtained a vision. Ciekawe jaką? Może Hydro? Hydro się w sumie kojarzy tak bardziej z healowaniem. His story would gradually dissipate from history, being replaced with the tales of the Millilith treasure and the Yaksha's inheritance. Those are just baseless tales. We miners generally prefer to keep our bit framey planned, so I don't give much credence to these tales still. Still? No, it's nothing. I just mean that I won't laugh if you do actually go looking for the treasure. No, zapewne. I've given it some thought, and it occurred to me that while the tales of treasure might all be false, they exist as a way for a generation of people to ensure that stories are passed down and not forgotten by later generations. Whatever the case, the one who offers up 6 items lost within the chasm before the stone will be awarded the gifts of the Millilith. That's how the story goes. And these 6 items are the Helm of Warding, which might defend the one from rockfalls. The Cup of Commons made to memorialize commerce. Czy to jest pokazane mniej więcej, gdzie one mogą leżeć? The Sky Feather, the symbol of lovely ideals. No, ewidentnie to jest pokazane mniej więcej gdzie. The Warrior Spear used to fend of the foe. A to akurat widziałem, koło tego przechodziłem. The flower of Parsi which grew upon the cliffs of the chasm. Dobra, to myślę, że to też zabiorę się na samym końcu. And the Sangel of Ages used to remember the bygone past. Tak, to zdecydowanie jest tu za dużo uważania po całym kaźmie. Ja się, zajmę tym potem. Well, that wasn't confusing at all, no sir. You sure this wasn't all made up by people later? So these items can be all found within the chasm? I've got no clue, maybe they were all made up. That would centrally explain when no one's found legendary treasure this whole time. No nie dziwię się, jak tam trzeba wchodzić po górach. A yes, speaking of which, no dobra, nie górach, ale po prostu stromych zboczach. There was another memorial that I mentioned, yes? Everyone just busied themselves with their own separate things after the chasm was closed. No one's kept that place clean, I'll bet. Could you help me go over there and just tidy the place up? Just a little will do. Czasami naprawdę zapominam, jakie wkręcone drogi potrafią być w tym kaźmie. Okej. Aha, czyli... Czy ja nie musiałam nic, nie wiem, zbierać? Po prostu teraz... Nie wiem, chyba muszę te kwiaty zebrać i chłop się chyba uaktywni? O! Tak. What low-key folk are you? Do you not see that these flowers I kept by someone? How dare you pick them so casually? Case this at once. Wait, so these flowers are... Indeed, they were found by my new and discovering eye. And watched over closely for 3 days. Not planned by you. No, indeed, they are mine now. Verily did I even swear in my heart that I shall care for these flowers and create a lovely and great glazed lily garden far from the structures and standards of the norm. You're going to make a glazed lily garden with these flowers? But what of it? Do you think that I'm but a rough person bird with any sense of aesthetic? Nie umiem tego słowa przeczytać. To think that you would judge books by their covers, so... It's not that, it's just that you want to create a glazed lily garden. These flowers are actually chasing. Yeah? I get it now, I get it. You're trying to shake my will, aren't you? But alas for me, I am Tank Wucho, true disciple of the... O Jezu, liczby w angielsku. 3020th Goshan clan generation. Did you really think that you could fool me with such shallow trickery? Does the Gosha clan really have that many generations of pupils? How did you insult the long and venerable history of the Guan clan? Have at you, scholars.
Beg for mercy.
Jak on się drze! Gdzie on polas?
Szukać chłopa!
Nie no, czyś ty spadł? Oh, I'm sorry, stop hitting me please. This person's martyr skills are a complete wash. To think that I, with my many long years of training, would not be your match all the same. Ah yes, they say a fine saddle for a fine horse, a fair sail for a fair boat. No, wait, that's not it. A fine sword for a fair hero. That's how it went. So yes, please take this gladly with you, oh mighty hero. Didn't we already say that, Jishing? Nie, to na pewno się tak nie czyta. Ah, yes. Jakieś tam kwiaty, Indeed, it is as you say. Are you really from the Gohan clan? Right, do you know some guy called Xingqiu? Xingqiu? I have never heard this name. Why does this Xingqiu person call himself a Guha disciple? How could such a knave be allowed to sully the Gohan name? Right, so he isn't from the Goha clan. Actually, isn't he the one of selling the Goha name around here? One moment, please. Do you have any proof of your claim that you're from the Goha clan? Of course I do, yes. Come now, look at this jade pendant I have on me. So, this is a hereditary treasure of the Gohan clan? This jade pendant was sold to me by an old friend when we parted, and that was when I decided in my heart that it should become just as hereditary treasure. Since I began wearing this jade pendant, I feel a dual headache every time I practice martial arts. Sounds like the jade pendant has some issues. Bah, nonsense. The first day I wore it, an adeptus came to me in a dream and taught me the secret arts of the Goha clan. The adeptus even said that it was fated that the pendant should have come into my possession. Chłopiec nawiedzony. The pains I feel in my head are merely going pains. Signs that my nienawidzę tego słowa. Nieważne, to się jakoś czytało. Is expanding. That's what the novels say after all. These are the signs that my thoughts and my will are growing stronger. There can be no problems here. Unless... right, yes, I get it. I see now, you want this jade pendant but are too afraid to ask, yes? Thus you seek to use this so-called problem as an excuse. However moral of you, how very polite of you. But nah, this is the Goha clan's great treasure. If you wish to claim it from me, you must surely exchange it for something of equal value. Yes, like a gem the size of pigeon egg or something. What would I do with my wounded pride as the 3020th generation disciple of the Goha clan otherwise? Looks like it's this weird pendant thing that made this guy believe that he's a Goha discipline archaeophobes, and it's driving him kinda nuts too. If he keeps wearing that pendant and keeps staying this far above ground, something terrible gonna happen for him for sure. Może just let him be? No to może to umrzeć trudno, nie? So, he wants us to get him some gem the size of a pigeon egg, But he doesn't look like he can tell left from right or good from bad right now. So, let's try giving him a few bird eggs, shall we? No dobrze. Well, like I said, if you can offer an item of equal value, I can give this to you, no problem. Well, we'll try giving him a bird egg. Zaraz się... Już myślałem, że nie mam bird eggów. Całkiem sporo ich mam w sumie. There you go, we'll try this for that jade pendant. This is a gemstone the size of a bird's egg, The size of a bird's egg? Why I thought that a gem the size of a pigeon's egg was as large as they could get, but a bird's egg? A jade pendant for such a large gem, what a deal. And this naturally is thanks to the magnanimous inclination of us Goha disciples. It was on account for your great sincerity. Yes, your great sincerity that led us to make this trade. No. Chłopiec nawiedzony. I co to tyle? A nie. As for this jade pendant, you take it. Your destiny is intertwined with that of us of the Gohan clan. It seems so. Do take care of this treasure. Haha, with that expression of distant little face go, eh? This pink is filled with geo-energy. Isn't this smaragdish jadeite? Paimon remembers Baiju saying something about it. Not that Paimon remembers it in full, but whether it was this stuff isn't all good for people. That's not possible. My swan brother bought this for me. How could he seek to harm me? And he has made so many other ornaments from jade to boot. Your friend, you say? That's right, we call him Old Cho. He works in the jade industry. Where is he now, right now? He should be near the chasm. Last I heard he's still helping to sell ornaments made from jade. Argyfog, is that person still selling ornaments made from smaragdus jadeite? There could be a lot of people being put in harm's way. We'd better go down there and check. Strasznie nawiedzeniec. Ale znając życie, zaraz pójdziemy do tego typa, obijemy mu mordę. Hello there you two. Is there anything I can help you with? Are you here to try your hand at digging for treasure just for a bit of fun? Nope, we've got something else to talk about. You sold this, yes? This jade pendant. Yes, I did. I'll sell it here. Let me have a more careful look at it. Wait a moment. This texture, this smoothness, this translucence, isn't it the very one I saw to Tang Wucho? Yeah, indeed. I knew from the start that this one was different from the others. At the time I had wanted to sell it for a pretty sum, but it caught Tang Wucho's eye and he begged me, cajoled me until I sold him to him on the cheap. So there's only one that looks like this? I sure wish I could pull a second one out of my hat, that's for sure. Phew, good thing it was just this one. This material is filled with elemental energy. If someone without a vision is in contact with it, they will experience changes in personality and start talking nonsense day in, day out. Po prostu zacznę go chyba nazywać Tangiem po prostu. Tang currently believes himself to be a great hero of the Gohan clan and spends his days behaving all crazy and stuff. What? How could it be? Actually, now that you mention it, this gem does resemble the fabled smaragdus jadeite quite a bit. That material was said to cause its varnish some discomfort. I heard the older folks say while smaragdus jadeite is very viable, it is a thing of unused importance and that long-term exposure will bring about calamity. Oh no, I've doomed Tang, haven't I? We were both treasure hoarders once. We decided to part ways after making a predicament at the chasm. I do not know where Tang went off to, but as for me, I was fun but our former companions. They threatened me and forced me to buy the low-quality jewelry they make here and sell it in Liwa. They call it happily with sales, but really, their materials, they use the equal of the Shengyu Hall, or design a much of a mix in jewelry. They're just making me do dirty work for them. Bo się daje zrobić w jelenia, typie. I had to lower the price so much that I was practically losing more on sales. I basically used up the mora I made in our previous job. Skradzione pieniądze, mam rozumieć. But it seems like those fellows have finally woken up to the idea that they might sell the base materials for a better price. They haven't come to look for me at all recently. Actually, they've all been captured by Melalev who infiltrated the ranks. That was a good catch of sure that was. They even threatened to refer me to the Melalev too, you know. Now look who's going to eat prison for them, Sorry, I got off topic. I'm very sorry about them, but I've buried all my values in the dirt, to do a little business and a little more. How about this then? I will let you dig for treasure once. You can give whatever you find to Tang as a compensation. No Jezu, teraz znowu trzeba będzie się wskakiwać tam na górę. Czemu to ma taki dźwięk, jakby tu skrzynka była? Tak naprawdę, nie wiem, są tu jakieś kapusty. O! Ja chyba wolę to wybombić w sumie. Tak dla mojego własnego bezpieczeństwa mi przypadkowo w to wlazł. Well, let's have a look. What did you get? Oh, so you actually got this back, huh? What's inside? Oh, these ornaments are kinda ghastly. Well, they were made by treasure hoarders and proved just about as popular as their makers. But if nothing else, they're still made of genuine materials, so we can still cut those gems out and sell them for a pretty sum. Just give this back to Tag. Just give this to Tag, will you? Alright, we're off then. Yeah, if you have the time, come around and dig for some more treasure, alright? Should we go back now, Archiefox? A mogę jeszcze pogrzebać w ziemi? Chyba, że mi to... O, czy to mnie przeleportuje? Jezu, ale bym był wdzięczny. Yes! Elegancko, dobra, bo mi się nie chce tu włazić po raz 5. Hey ho, this gem is as large as the bird's eggs, yes, but it's very light. And when you hold it against the light, you can see the shadow within. Fascinating, how very fascinating. He's still looking at that egg, huh? Hey, Mr. Gahao Hero. Sorry, what? Ah, yes, that's me. Tang Wuchou. 3020th generation successor to the Guahan clan. Surely you must have come hands up on hearing of your great deeds. Oh, it's you too. Right, how about it then? Did you find old Chou? We did find him, yes. That's one huge bag. Let me see what's in it, huh? What in the world is with these ornaments, and they're also ugly? What is the Ultra trying to make a fool of me, huh? The jade pendant made from Smackja's jade cost me lots of mora, and he even kept contact with those sneaky treasure hoarders after supposedly washing his hands of the business. Ah, this ancient grudge. I might just have to cut him down for it. And you call yourself a hero. Wasn't that jade pendant something you wanted to buy yourself anyway? Czemu ty się ciągle śmiejesz? You have a point. And it's not like he's got anything to do with the treasure hoarders anymore. He's opened a store to let people try their hand at digging for treasure. Digging for treasure? Pfft, so he's doing that again. He used to pull that trick to get mora for wine. Let me tell you something. The treasure hunt always works like this. The better the goods, the more explosive barrels there will be around, and vice versa. Vice versa chyba nie czyta się w ten sposób, ale oh well. For example, titles that turn out to be empty won't have a single explosive barrel needed, while the best stuff is probably surrounded on all 4 sides by such barrels. Stingy fellow, he's definitely afraid that someone will get their hands on the good stuff, so he set the rules as such that the game ends once you dig up 1 explosive barrel. Huh? But he said that he'd just let us keep going this time even if we dug them up. Is that so? Well, I suppose there's some goodness left in his heart yet. Fair enough, and if I had been there with him bandaged, my martial prowess would prevent him from being manipulated by those treasure hoarders the way he was. You're what now? I mean, come on. I'm a martial artist. There might be some distance between me and a true hero, but I can still handle a few treasure hoarders, no problem. I'll go look for him later with 2 jugs of wine next time, I suppose, and we will have a chat then. Okay. Oh, Jack of no trades. Kojarzę to powiedzenie, ale to chyba było Jack of all trades, master in none, czy jakoś tak. Ale pasuje bardzo. Pojawił mi się tu taki jeden typ, kiedy wygrzebałem ostatnią rzecz do zaoferowania. Co ty chcesz, dziadu? Hey you, yes you. Someone familiar with this place like you could find that Airtlock couldn't, I'll bet. No? Well, I'll just wait for someone who can make them find it and get it off them. They come the Shings kid? And no Misley Motley of Chasm miners is going to stop me, or I will never show my face again out there. Well then, give me the thing. We will take the Millilith's treasure, thank you very much. I don't know what you're looking for. And what you say goes, huh? You know, I thought all that running around you've made you look a bit tougher. Well, I'll give you a choice. You can give me the Helm of Wardling, or you can give it to me after I've knocked your lights out. I doubt you actually want to fight me. Oh, look who's talking big. Looks like you will have to learn the hard way. Czyli bitka.
I'm out.
No dobrze, to adios. Wątpię, żebyśmy go jeszcze kiedykolwiek spotkali, ale dobrze tam. Gadaj. Swoją drogą zrobiłam ostatnio wielkie kalkulacje i jednak okazało się, że Inazuma będzie szybciej niż w następnym roku, ale o tym generalnie powiem zaraz. Chciałam sobie tak to Liyue podzielić, że wiadomo, zrobić wszystkie questy w Liyue Okej, potem... O Jezu. O, ile pieniędzy. No i potem faktycznie przejdę do Inazumy, ale okazało się, że Jelan Quest potrzebuje nie dość, że tego zadania z Chasmu, z Ito, Cookie i tak dalej, to jeszcze na dodatek aktu 3 w Inazumie, no czyli już praktycznie samego końca Inazumy, więc no niestety to mi bardzo zniszczy kolejność, którą sobie ustanowiłem. This small stone table has the following words inscribed on it. During the Battle of the Chasm, I lost the use of my 4 limbs and thus was forced to dictate these words for someone else to record and carry here. I survived a fierce battle, but each night where I thought of our fallen comrades was a sleepless one, and with my body in this state, oh how I detested that fact that I was not privileged to join them. I attempted to join them only to have Rex Lapis hear of it and reprimand me, waking me from my stupor. Alas, for I can no longer make use of this gift of melodic armor and equipment. They shall only accumulate dust if left in my keeping, and so I leave them here for someone fated to come and claim them. Everyone, for we can no longer do so in this life, let us be comrades again in the next. Let us then share the wine and sworn brotherhood once more and defend Liyue from its foes. Bardzo bohatersko. Oh wow, you really found it, so this is the treasure of the Millelith then? No, I've got no clue what's in there, but I'm sure that the soldier who left the treasure behind would be pleased to know that it was found. It's been 500 years since the disaster. When I think about how this place was once the site of such an intense battle, one in which countless forebears of ours sacrificed themselves, I can't help but wonder, did any of those people who went into battle alongside the Lodge of Jewel think that they would be remembered by people across the centuries? To zależy, szczerze powiedziawszy. Zależy, czy się faktycznie czymś przysłużyli, czy po prostu byli takim typowym, w cudzysłowie, mięsem armatnim. Did they ever doubt or fatal in their duties? And as for those who never gained a vision, how did they remain loyal to a god who never showed them favor even until death? They were loyal to their own decision as well. Myślę, że tak. Yes, you're right. Those with visions, those without. We are all working towards a future with limitless potential. I mean, that's what they call motivation, am I right? We're the same. We're not here for the good times in the past or for some self-realization in the present, but we do this to support one another in leaving something of ours behind the time we live in. Maybe someday in the far future the chasm will also become our memorial. The pits and the valleys, the sweat of generation of miners, they all bear witness to the tough road we have chosen. Wątpię, żeby jakiś randomowy górnik wpisał się w jakąś tam ważniejszą historię. Just like this memorial, this place will be here 100, even 1000 years from now, as testament to the fact that the sacrifices made here were not in vain. Well, I'm not going to live to see that happen. No, wow, obviously, but if someone does come here someday to toast our poor miners long after we've gone, that would be more than enough. I nie wydaje mi się, szczerze powiedziawszy. Dobra, teraz chodźmy oddać te kamienie temu typowi i teraz mam nadzieję, że zebrałam już wszystkie i nie każe mi łazić po raz 50. Muszę przy okazji sobie odpalić Interactive Map i zobaczyć, jakie mi jeszcze questy w podziemiu zostały. I shall gratefully take the archaic stones submitted by our two civic-minded citizens. I didn't expect you to find 3 of them so quickly, and they are much better in quality than the ones I've previously seen. They remind me of the one that I used to have. You have the archaic stone? Then why send us to look for it? I mean, I used to have one. My old man once handled a batch of ores in a Shenkyu hall. That stone was just a leftover remnant and its quality was poor, so he gave it to me as a toy. Świetna zabawka, ja nie oceniam, ale we had been arguing all the time back then. I never had a job, and to make it worse, I spent most of the time at Yangshan tea house. As such, I ended up in heavy debt, and in distress too. That feels a bit wrong. Well, who hasn't done a stupid thing or two when they were young? Oh, no, racja akurat. Anyway, when I was helpless, someone recognized my archaic stone and offered a good price. To me, it was no big deal. A stone in exchange for some moral to get me out of my immediate predicament. A fair trade, I'd say. Yet, my father brought this up to me another day and asked, Manning, where did you put the stone that I gave you? All I could tell him was, it's just a stone. I've long lost it. Though I said so, I couldn't help wondering if I hadn't sold the stone. Then I could show it to father when he mentioned. Po co miał ten kamień tak właściwie? Forget it, it's no use wondering about the what if now. At least the prodigal son has returned. You are right. It's just that I still have a long way to go before I can clear my debt. Disgraced, if you find more, please bring it to me. Aren't this enough? Bring me 3 more. 3 more would be enough. Dobrze, na szczęście mam. Archaic stone is a rare ore. If Huaxian Hall wants more, I seriously doubt if I can find any here in the chasm. With these 3 included, it's 9 in total. They should be enough. You managed to gather what Huaxian Hall needs so quickly. No wonder they speak so highly of you. It was sweet, easy peasy lemon breezy. I'm sure it's lemon squeezy, Paimon. Well, lemons can be breezy too. Oh, look at you, forcing your logic through. Most impressive. We've all witnessed your heroic deeds of fighting the sea monster. I believe it was no challenge for you to accomplish such a feat. No challenge at all, indeed. Well, so much for wonking at the Ministry of Civil Affairs. They still ask you to do stuff like look for a archaic stone in the chasm. Speaking of which, you said you often argued with your father back then and didn't have a job. Then how did you make it into the ministry ladder? Later, oh matko. You know how I owed a big sum at the time? I could turn to no one, nor I was willing to go home. In the end, the debt collectors came looking for my old man at the Shangri Hall. I thought he'd come find me to break my legs upon hearing the news. But your legs look fine. Yes, it's embarrassing to say, but he cleared my debt and came looking for me. By the time he found me, I was almost like a beaten-up dog on the street. He said, I have all your IUOs? So now you're in debt to me. With that, he forced me to work to pay my debt. Przynajmniej chłop się czegoś nauczy. So your father is your creditor now. You can say that. Back then, with the debt collectors after me, I couldn't even fall asleep at night, so I swore that I'd mend my ways if I was given a second chance. O, przecież się czegoś nauczył! But I didn't expect the chance to come from my father, who always disapproved of my behaviors. He didn't lash out at me as usual. Instead, we have a talk, an honest and serious one. How I wish we could talk this way earlier. But even if he'd been open for a talk, I wouldn't have been willing to listen. Looks like your father treats you well. Yeah. So I have to get my job done, well under whatever circumstances. Nienawidzę tego słowa. Whether it's the incident in the chasm or the search for the archaic stone requested by Huaxian Hall. I believe I'm the one who did the job for you this time. Having people get the job done also counts. Jasne. But still, it's all thanks to you that we moved swimmingly. I'd say it was a way more quickly than I expected. Paimon family sense a touch of gratitude here. Ty jeszcze coś ode mnie chcesz? What happened? He was absent this morning during the headout. Where on earth he is? If the higher-ups find out, I'd be toast. Oh, you're here, good timing. What happened? Why are you singing? To tell you the truth, a miner from our camp went missing. Czy to jest ten coś tam, ten od grzybów w każdym razie. The chasm has a complex environment. Though things have stabilized a bit lately, it's still dangerous deep inside, so we made it a rule to take a headout every morning and evening. Wedding, the guy who never misses a chance to brag about his daughter, was absent last night. To jednak chyba nie on. During the headout, other miners said that they had just met him, and that he might return very soon, so I let it go. But this morning, he was still nowhere to be found. Other miners looked evasive? Pierwszy raz widzę to słowo. So I pressed them for an honest answer. It turned out that Wedding hadn't returned the whole night. No, we're in big trouble. Don't tell me it's happening again. What is happening again? This is something that only ministry personnel should know. But since you're the hero who said Liwe, I think I can make an exception for you. This was before the chasm was sealed. At first, it was just a strange rumor among miners that something in the chasm could make their wish come true. We had warned them to report to Huaxian Hall should they encounter anything unusual. Yet some miners tried their luck. They went looking for the chasm bounty in secret and ended up going missing one by one. Ludzka głupota albo chciwość nie zna granic. When we found them some while later, they'd all gone pretty insane. It took quite some time for them to recover. This was creepy. After the incident, the Chishing decided to seal the chasm. Could the missing miner be? Yes, I suspect Ding got himself into the same situation. Should anything happen to him, I'll definitely lose my job. What's more, his wife passed away many years ago and his daughter is now an intern at the Ministry of Civil Affairs. If we can find him. Archie Fox, I'm gonna have people put up some missing person posters, but you can help me look for him. Sure. Let me think. If there's anything... No, to jest obo... No, nie przeczytam tego about him. He used to be on the demolitions teams. There's always a strong gunpowder smell on him. Hope you find this useful. Kidding, I want you not to go down. You aren't like Archie Fox. Where is it? Where is it? If I can find it. What's with the strong gunpowder smell? Who are you and what are you doing here? My name is Kidding. I lost something here. I must find it. Kidding? Isn't he the missing miner that Manning talked about? Let's bring him back to the camp. No, I'm not coming back. I'm not returning unless I find it. Then, what are you looking for? I'm looking for a toy at the sides of my palm. I lost it where I came here down in the mine. You brought a toy into the mine? I know it sounds weird, but I had in case I lost it. You don't know how much trouble I went through to get this doll. It's expensive. I'd even called it a daylight robbery, and every time the Feyung Commerce Guild had it in stock, I was in the mine, so I always missed my chance to purchase it. But last time, when my daughter saw another kid holding this doll in their arms, she had her eyes fixed on it. My daughter is such a considerate and sweet child. She knows that we aren't well off, so she never tells me what she wants. But a father always knows. So I asked my friend to buy one from the Feyung Commerce Guild and send it to the mine. I carry it with me all the time in case I lost it. Yet that didn't really help. Miners like us live off a poor salary. After spending most of it on supporting the family, I ain't got much left. Then there was this doll that cost a fortune. Well, I can always earn more money, but I've already written to my daughter to tell her that I brought her the doll she wanted. How am I supposed to face the winner to... Czemu on po pierwsze kazał temu typowi, swojemu przyjacielowi wysłać do siebie, a nie od razu do tej córki z podpisem siema to od twojego starego? O, ty jesteś głupi czy głupi? She never makes any complaints. I know what she wouldn't do, so even if I return home empty-handed, but it will simply break my heart to see the disappointment in her eyes. That's awful. Why don't we help him find the doll? Let's give it a try. But the chasm is still a pretty dangerous place, so let's return to the camp together first. Then we'll come back and look for your doll. Really? Thank you so much. Dlaczego jesteś taki głupi? Kidding? Is that you? Where have you been? Manning has even sent men to the camp to look for you. Archie Fox, you're also here. What's going on? My toy is missing. To brzmi tak idiotycznie. Your toy? What toy? Aren't you a bit too old for this? No, it's not mine. It's for my daughter. You know, the doll from the Feyung Commerce Guild. It's about the size of my palm. Oh, the toy you bought for your daughter. Yeah, that's the one. But I lost it. It is really necessary to get so upset? Hey, the toy is for my daughter and I just bought it. My poor little girl, she didn't even get to take a look. To mogłeś do niej wysłać jak mnie on denerwuje z tą głupotą, ja nie wiem. How am I supposed to tell her now that I lost her doll? Huh. Where did you find him, Archie Fox? Was he in the chasm? Yes? The chasm is like a complex labyrinth. The deeper you go, the creepier it becomes. Pravda. Kitty has always been a steady and dependent person. Seems being trapped down there has made him both emotionally and mentally vulnerable. I will send him up later. He will be fine with some rest. No, I'm not going back. I won't go unless I find the doll. The doll. No worries. Archie Fox and Paimon will look for it. Finding the doll should help calm him down a bit. Really? Will you help me look for my doll? Of course, chociaż z wielką niechęcią. There's only so many places I went to when I descended into the mines. Please, you must find the doll. So be it. I'm gonna break him up. Manning was like a cat on hot bricks when he didn't show up during the headout. Now with him back, Manning can finally be at ease. By the way, please exercise caution when you go down. To be honest, it's no biggie if you don't find the doll. Ja myślę, że ona też ma dość. My poor daughter, how could I lost your doll? Dobra tam, cicho już bądź. Ostatnio naszła mnie wielka ochota na jakąkolwiek fantastykę i zacząłem oglądać Grę o Tron i myślę sobie, Boże, co za porąbana akcja, ale podoba mi się generalnie. Plus już w pierwszym odcinku mi wpadł w oko jeden typ, jakby jak dla mnie hotuwa. Ale nie zdziwię się, jeżeli on jest jakimś wielkim red flagiem, dosłownie to jest mój typ w fikcyjnych postaciach. there is a dumped chest that smells of gunpowder. You find messy footprints around it. Huh? Paimon thought Kidding would place the doll in this chest. The gunpowder smells there is identical to that of Kidding's. But there is only some damn gunpowder inside it. Huh, a sheet of paper? What does it say? I ran into that rock again. I bet it has to do with the ceiling of the mine. Now that she's landed a job at the Ministry of Civil Affairs, she needs money on many fronts. I can't afford to have my work interrupted, as it was 2 years ago when they closed the mine. Po prostu zacznę go nazywać Ding. Ding, for your daughter's sake, you have to blow that rock up. Looks like someone tore it out of a notebook. Could the person be? It must be Ding. Why did Ding bring the gunpowder here? What, he's gonna blow something up? Well, that's not the topic for now. Where's the toy? Where's on earth is it? Też się zastanawiam. Nie zdziwię się, jak to będzie jakieś dziecko-duch, czy coś takiego. Who are you? What is that little girl in the chasm? Me? My name is Nan. I'm Ding's daughter. Ding's daughter? A co jeżeli jego córka nie żyje? Yeah, my father is a miner working in the chasm. He's a great person. My mother died shortly after giving birth to me, so my father brought me up on his own. It's so dark down in the chasm, but for my sake, father endured the fear and stayed here exerting himself. So why are you here? I miss my father. He's very busy in the mines and usually comes home only once every month. When he's away, I'm left alone at home. I'd be so lonely and scared should anything happen. But you see, everything will be fine if I can do then it's fine. Ja nie wiem w ogóle, jaki ojciec, taka córka. Widzę, że głupota jest w tej rodzinie dziedziczna. When I'm in the camp, I'll be with father every day. He can take of me and protect me. You'd better go back. Yep, Archie Fox has a point. This place is super dangerous. Let us bring you back to the camp. No way, I snuck in here. If my father finds out, he'll get so mad that he won't ever allow me to come out and play again. Oh right, aren't you looking for the doll? I know where it is. Follow me. Więc tak, wracając jeszcze odnośnie tej fantastyki, tak mnie naszło, że kupiłam sobie jeszcze na Renturum i zaczęłam na nowo grać Wiedźmina. Naszło mnie nagranie w trójkę znowu. Tym razem spróbuję porobić trochę inne wybory bardziej. Moim początkowym planem było nie zabicie nikogo, aczkolwiek już w Białym Sadzie przez przypadek kompletny wydałem jednego typa na powieszenie, więc... Why did you chase them away? They were playing with me, and they tried to catch me but failed each time. It was super fun. It's not fun if they catch you. No worries, they won't. Oh right, aren't you looking for the doll? It's right here. Ja mam jakieś podejrzenia co do tej gówniary. The doll looks somewhat wrecked. Anyway, let's bring it to Ding. Oh, don't forget to bring Nan along. He must be very happy to see his daughter. Nan? Huh? Where is she? She just vanished suddenly. Something doesn't seem to add up. Yep, when did Nan disappear? Paimon didn't even hear any sound. This does feel pretty weird. Why don't we bring the doll to Dean and tell him about his daughter? Oh, Paimon hopes that nothing happens to Nan in the meantime. Ila jestem delikatnie confused. Chyba, że ona nie żyje. Skłaniam się ku takiej teorii, że to jest tak naprawdę jej duch. Ding! If it isn't the famous Archeofox and your flying companion. Flying companion? How rude! Paimon! I'm sorry, Paimon, Archeofox, are you looking for me? Have you forgotten? You asked us to help you find a toy, but we only found a chest full of dumped gunpowder. My apologies, something must have affected me while I was stuck in the chasm. Felt like I was in daze, to be honest. One that I've only just recovered from a bit after being stepped back up. Jinwoo said that I made us seen them there, crying and shouting. How embarrassing. But now that you mentioned the gunpowder, I remember it. I did plan to blow up the wish granter. What is that? Before the mine was sealed, a few miners who went down into the mine came back saying that they found a wish granter that grants whatever wish you might have. To już wiem. To think such a miracle exists. Paimon's just curious, by the way. Is the wish granter still there? I believe so. It's a very huge rock floating among other giant boulders. Also, it emits a faint light. This sounds somewhat familiar. It's the huge crystal that Jiong and we came across. Ah, did you run into the wish granter as well? You'd better be careful when you get close. Some miners went insane because of it, which led to the Chishin stealing the mine. I couldn't find a stable job for years because of it. I ran into the truck again this time. If this part of mine got sealed because of it once more, I would lose my job again and end up taking on poorly paid gigs at the harbor. So I decided to blow that rock up. But after I went down, the closer I got, the more intense my headache grew. I couldn't even think straight. I even saw, no, I think it was just hallucination. Anyway, I heard them saying that I'd have been in dire peril if you hadn't showed up. Thank you so much. No need to thank us, we're just doing as we should. Oh, don't forget this, we found the doll. It looks ragged. Paimon doesn't know if it's the one that you lost. What? Why do you have it? Where did you find it? This is the doll that you asked for that. Boże, nie ten głos. Did I ask you to look for this doll? How weird. I bought it at the Feion Commerce Guild some time back. It cost me a fortune. Well, it made a good gift for my daughter anyway, but as she grew older, she no longer needed it. I thought it'd be a waste of just throwing such an expensive doll away, so I carried it with me as a talisman. But I lost it a few years back then when they evacuated the mine in a hurry. How did you manage to find it? This is getting creepy, racja. I planned to work a few more years in the mine while my health allowed, but the chasm is far more dangerous than I thought. I don't think I will ever go down into the mine again. By the way, please tell Manning that I shan't dare go down into the mine anymore. No problem, just remember to take Nan with you when you go home. Nan? She lives in Liyue Harbor and is very busy with the Ministry of Civil Affairs. Why would she be here? But you're right. She has grown up and I've grown old. I should spend more time with her. That's not what we meant. Paimon means the little girl over there. The little girl? Is there anyone there? Come on, don't you go to scare me. This isn't funny. Alright, you know what? I will go home right away. Please remember to tell Manning that I'm not going down into the mine anymore. Teraz nie wiem, bo jeżeli ona faktycznie pracuje, to niemożliwe, żeby była martwa. A może to jest jakaś po prostu halucynacje są? You two found Ding, right? Jinwoo told me already. So he said that he wasn't going to work in the mine anymore? Okay, he needs to go home and rest. Are you saying that the wish granter caused all this? That's nonsense. I bet it has to do with the depressing atmosphere in the mine. Anyone could develop some mental issues down there. I dare not imagine what would happen to Kid Ding hadn't you been there. It took very long for those hallucinated miners to recover. They don't even know what happened to them. You've been running around the chasm lately, do be careful. You didn't see the state Ding was in when he was sent up. He was shouting in tears about his daughter. Speaking of his daughter, we met Nan. Nan? Oh, that's Ding's daughter. Did anything happen to her? His daughter, the little girl, looked for the doll with us down there. It's good to know that she came out of the chasm safe and sound. Ding's daughter Nan? A little girl? What were you talking about? Ding's daughter made into the Ministry of Civil Affairs this year. She's all grown up now. Besides, the ministry is looking for experts to investigate the incident in the chasm. She's too busy to come here. But we saw... I don't care what you saw. Just pretend you didn't see anything. Alright, Ding is back safe and sound. You should also, get some rest. To brzmi strasznie creepy. Aha, i nigdy się już nie dowiem, co go tam... Chwila, bo chłop tu stoi. Nie powiesz mi czegoś jeszcze? No... Creepy? Trochę? To nie wiem. To albo była halucynacja, ale to chyba już nie był duch? Skoro jednak jego córka żyje? Dobra, weźmy do Barda, bo na razie nie chce mi się z tą drugą babą użerać. This doesn't make sense. How weird. It should be around here, but why can't I find it? What happened? My ring, it's gone. It means a lot to me. I must find it. What does it look like? It's made out of brass and is inlaid with a beautiful red gem. I found it by the lava lake where the shadow of Dragon Durian fell into the legends, or at least this should explain what its luster resembles dark flames. Wow. It is said that the Lord of the Abyss will fix its malefic gaze upon the ring barrier and set an army of darkness to hunt them down. Oh! To brzmi jakoś dziwnie znajomo. Czy to jest jakieś nawiązanie do czegoś? Dragonspine doesn't have a lava lake. My bad. As a poet, I have a propensity for dramatic language and novel tales. Truth to be told, I found the ring in the Weasel Thief's nest. It was well preserved and eye-pleasing, so I kept it. So you're a thief too. You just stole from thieves. Don't say that. I chanced upon it. That's right. It was a chance. And what chance it be? The ring is quite precious to me all the same. Do you have any clue concerning the ring's whereabouts? Yeah, I've heard that weasel thieves are often spotted around here. They might steal my ring while I was sleeping. So there are really people who take their rings off before going to bed. I'd never heard of such people before either. Ja zdejmuję praktycznie całą biżuterię. Ja nienawidzę po prostu spać, jak coś mi się wrzyna w skórę. Anyway, Paimon doesn't have that habit. You need to think about where to put the ring once you take it off, or you'll be wasting a good beauty sleep. Do they even make rings tiny enough for you, Paimon? Of course they do. There's so much you still don't know. Enough. Please refrain from judging others' people's way of living before proceeding to ramble on about your own. It's very rude. Anyway, if you want to help out, please keep an eye out for weasel thief nests. I've heard that there is a camp of suspicious treasure hoarders around here on the map. I've marked some locations for you. It's said that weasel thieves are often spotted around here. Those sneaky treasure hoarders probably have something to do with them. Anyway, please take a look there. A ring stolen from a weasel thieves was then stolen again by other weasel thieves. Paimon said it has gone back to its rightful owner. Oh, come on, just stop it already. No dobrze. Myślę, że skoro tu jestem, mogę jednocześnie pójść jeszcze wziąć jej questa. Hello, Archeofox. How have things been? Pretty good. Are you feeling better? Thanks for your concern. I'm quite fine now, thanks. I'm sorry for causing you trouble before. Come on, Xingyang, just stop running around everywhere already, or you will end up like you did the last time. Alright, I won't. Thanks to your efforts, the Chasm has become a lot safer. The geological peculiarities here have also well stabilized a fair bit. However, Jinyu and Kedin still need to construct further analysis on that mysterious crystal's wavelength. I think Kedif called it? I guess it's just some sort of weird Sumeru jargon. Whatever the case, we need to plant some beacons and get some data. Gino finally found the time to put those beacons together, and I need to put them down in a few specific locations to get the data we need. After a while, we can go and collect them, and Kdif will then sift through the data obtained. Previously, there were too many hazardous areas for us to do anything but perform data analysis from our campsite, but now that you've cleared much of the way for us, you can use the beacons to get more accurate data. Well, having something to do is better than having nothing at all on your plate. Right, do you mind coming with me if you're free? Lead the way. Alright, then let's go.
And 1, and 2, and down, and 3, and 5, I 6.
Well, thanks for your help. Please take this as a little token of appreciation. Nie umiem tego słowa. You're too kind. Well, the various geological anomalies have mostly stopped lately, which means that I've just needed to make some small amendments to my maps. Thanks for your adventures on your work has become a lot easier too. Don't let me keep you any longer. Whatever you need some of rest or would like to continue your adventures, please go ahead. It's going to be a while before we will go and retrieve the beacons. It will be nice if you could help us out then too. Okej. Nie wiem, bo tak jak patrzę sobie na mapkę teraz, to widzę, że tych questów jeszcze odrobinę mi zostało, a jeszcze niektóre mi się zaktualizują dopiero po resecie serwera, więc nie wiem, czy nie będę musiał zrobić 2 partów z czyszczenia Chasmu. Zobaczę. About the feeding schedule for weasel thieves. Amateur weasel thief feed afternoon to keep their excessive energy in check. Recommended time, Harder Weasel Thief feed before noon to allow more flexible training schedule. Recommended time, Golden Weasel Thief, we move coming. Recommended time. Always assistance in a book can be someone during the respective betting hours and a ritual as spent by whistling. Avoid whistling for fun as it may lead to unnecessary trouble. By urge whistle fame, the small clay bottle schedule the... Oh! Wow, don't the treasure hoarders ever take breaks? Pamiętam jak za pierwszym razem nie potrafiłem kompletnie ogarnąć, o co w tym chodzi, bo oczywiście, że nie czytałem notatek, komu to potrzebne, nie? Ale zauważyłem, że w ogóle genshinowe puzzle dzieją się na takie, które są bardzo proste i takie, które są proste, ale ludzie z jakiegoś powodu nie czytają instrukcji zawartej i potem, nie wiem, piszą gdzieś na przykład na YouTubach pod jakimś tutorialem, że to jest strasznie trudne, bo nie wiem, jak dla mnie już puzzle w Honkaiu Star Rail potrafią być trudniejsze niż tu. You're back, did you find it? Take a look. Is this your ring? Yes, it is. Thank you so much. Please take this as your reward. It isn't much, but please don't feel offended. I will compose whistles to illustrate your deeds. Chodźmy teraz do tego wielkiego, gadającego grzyba, na którego już się natknąłem i to tak właściwie spadłem. Wyliczyłem sobie ostatnio i przeliczyłem, że do Inazumy jednak uda się dotrzeć w październiku albo w listopadzie, a nie w kolejnym roku. Ale też mam nadzieję, że questy, nie wiem czy z Inazumy, ale wiem, że na pewno już z Sumeru będą nagrane na nowym komputerze, więc w końcu przestanie być widoczne te jakieś takie małe lagi, powiedzmy, te ścinki, co się co jakiś czas zdarzają. Dobra, co ty chcesz ode mnie, grzybie? How curious, this two-legged hatchling makes no use of her feet. Two-legged hatchling? Paimon's got a name and looks like someone's gotta get themselves the silliest nickname in the world ever. A ładny jest ten grzyb. Let Paimon think, you know what we're gonna call you? Shishroom. As to look at this glowing powder in the air, are the mushroom spores? Paimon wonders if they're the reason why we could hear this mushroom talking. Xamaran knows many legends, ones who make no use of their feet, yet Xamaran knows not any Paimon. That's natural, because Paimon is one of a kind. Xamaran knows the two legs one over there. How strangely familiar. Archefox, do you know Shishroom? Maybe I don't remember. Chyba, że ten grzybol teraz się odnosi do jego siostry. Xamaran smells the heat of golden sand and the damps from deep within the rainforest. That the smells of Xamaran's hometown. Brzmi trochę jak Sumeru. Hot sand and rainforest? Do you mean Sumeru? We just stuck to a Sumeru's color at the camp. Although Xamaran has been away from its hometown for long, Xamaran makes no mistakes. Archeofox, the two-legged pet that brought you here, Xamaran has a favor to ask. Xamaran has dwelled here for many years and found it a cozy and comfy home. Yet full energy is growing lately. Xamaran has been drained of strength feeding of the evil and has ended up in the state. Xamaran must seek help from the two-legged. Shishroom does look a little under the weather. Alright, Archeofox, we can lead the energy of the adjuvant to Shishroom perhaps. Maybe that will make it feel better. No dobrze. You lend the energy of the adjacent to Xamaran. Wow, Shishroom is glowing. Should Paimon call it Shining Room now? Hail Archeofox, hail Paimon. Thanks to Archeofox and thanks to Paimon also, Xamaran life likes is rekindled. But do not let your guard down yet. Xamaran knows that the full energy is not yet eradicated. It could strike back at any time. Huh? Then what do we do? Whoa, where did all this black mud come from? Is this for the full energy that Shishroom talk about?
Hello, how are you? I am under the water.
Hail Archeofox, hail Paimon. None answered Xamaran's call for help. The many-legged and four-legged paid no heed, and the two-legged turned a deaf ear. Only the wise would answer. Paimon proved to be the one with wisdom, and Archeofox did too. You too, wizard of the two-legged, shall receive Xamaran's gratitude. Paimon the wise is not to be taken lightly. It was no trouble. Given time, Archeofox and Paimon would rise to become as great as Xamaran and its kin. This Xamaran knows for sure. Hang on, what this is supposed to mean? The many-legged are inferior for the four-legged, and the four-legged are inferior to the two-legged, so naturally the two-legged are inferior to the legless. So, but what Archeofox and Paimon lack by nature, you can call makeup for their hard work. You may even be able to change the course of fate one day. Wow, this long mushroom stack is super big. Paimon wonders if glowing mushroom make a good cooking ingredients. Beautiful mushroom slide, this one could be poisonous. A glutton, this Paimon is. A bite on the mushroom today, another bite tomorrow, and 100 days later there shall be no Paimon left in Paimon, but only mushroom. Jesus Maria. She's starting to talk all creepy, Archeofox. Ah, so you failed to see the humor in that. A shame. It wasn't funny at all. Xamaran is cleared of the full energy, yet its skin still suffers. Xamaran lacks its strength enough to shelter the weak like it once did. Please, Archeofox, Xamaran begs of you, exercise your benevolence and save the defenseless. Do you mean there are more ill mushrooms? Archeofox, let's hail them, shall we? Know that we're here? Then let's be off. Hail Archeofox, hail Paimon. If Xamaran might be so bold, you two legs do have a saying, a helping hand must see things to the end. You mean more a running, huh? Amongst two legs, you two do indeed deserve the title of the wise. Please take this, the blessing of wisdom. You obtained the blessing of wisdom. Blessings. Whoa, what's this? Looks kinda suspiciously, actually. Xamaran can smell the lingering scent of foul energy in the air, but cannot tell where its source lies. Follow the water and you shall find it. You merely need to use the blessing of wisdom on the source, Archeofox, and Xamaran's skin will take care of the rest. But why don't you deal with it yourself? Archeofox, you are far more humorous than Paimon. Xamaran doesn't have legs, whether you do. As one of the legless, Xamaran shouldn't melt too much with the matters of the two legs. What's more, Xamaran has a greater duty to perform. A greater duty? Xamaran has spent too much strength. It was a pleasant conversation with you two, but Xamaran must rest now and gather the strength to fend off evil and provide a shelter for its kin to prosper. Archeofox and Paimon, may you be blessed on your journey ahead. Hey, Shishu, wake up! Archeofox, looks like Shishu has gone to sleep. Well, let's head off then. Wydaje mi się, że przy tym świecącym grzybie sobie już zakończę. Questów z Chasmu pozostało jednak troszkę więcej niż się spodziewałem, więc zapewne pójdą z tego jakieś 2 odcinki łącznie z tym, może nawet 3, jeżeli coś mi się jeszcze odpali po questie z Densleafem. W każdym razie wydaje mi się, że to już będzie na tyle, więc dziękuję wam bardzo serdecznie za oglądanie. Trzymajcie się i do kolejnego odcinka. Cześć!